Welcome into WagerTalk TV. I am Drew Martin, joined by Brian Leonard and Kevin Dolan of WagerTalk.com. We're talking USC and Notre Dame, a rivalry game here, Kevin, and we're seeing the Irish minus 6.5 point home favorites, 57.5 being the total. Perfect guy to talk some Notre Dame Fighting Irish here, Kevin. What are you liking in South Bend, Indiana on Saturday?
Well, first off, Drew, I don't appreciate either USC or Notre Dame taking possession of the Jules Shillelagh. You know, it sounds like something that should belong in Ireland to me, and, you know, especially seeing as it's covered in rubies and emeralds as well, I'd be more than happy to take possession of it, you know, in the name of cultural appropriation or whatever. But in terms of the game, you know, surprise, surprise. Look, I like the Irish here, although I did go against them with Cincinnati a couple of weeks ago. I've been impressed with Notre Dame's defense this season, you know, especially over the last few games. Held Wisconsin just 13 points from 15 first downs. Held Cincinnati, who we know are so good right now, to just 7 second half points as well in their game with just 16 first downs and 28 minutes time of possession as well. So, you know, this Irish defense is no joke, and they're creating a ton of havoc plays right now, leading the takeaways for them, and they're holding opponents to just 32% success rate and third down conversions this season. So, you know, not only do I lean Notre Dame in this one, but I also lean to the under as well. You know, it's basically just that experience for me that the Irish bring on that defensive line, you know, multiple returning starters. I think that will pay dividends here. And as far as the other side goes, I can see Notre Dame, you know, having a ton of success against the USC side that ranks 91st in the nation on defensive opponent yards per play this season. Giving up 6.0 yards per play, and that's actually increased even further over the last three starts as well to 6.4 yards per play. So, you know, yeah, give me the Irish here under a touchdown, and also, you know, give me a piece of that Jules Shillelagh to boot.
I like it, Kevin. And Brian, you know, that's a tough follow, listening to Kevin Dolan talk about the Irish there. He also knows his stuff football-wise. So, Brian, what are you liking here, Trojans and Irish?
Yeah, I'm a little bit torn on this one. It's tough to follow the Irishman when he talks about the Irish, I'll tell you that. Both teams are having disappointing seasons, but they're off of a bye week. And unlike Clemson last week, who showed nothing offensively after the bye week, I would think that these two would have a little bit more success offensively. Kevin's right about the way the Irish have played defensively. You know, the last few weeks, they've done a nice job in that regard. Only Cincinnati had 6.2 yards per play against them, which is a season high against Notre Dame. But, you know, 4.5 Virginia Tech, 4.6 Wisconsin, 4.4 Purdue. But they're all teams that have had problems putting points on the board this year. USC is one of these teams that if they lose the turnover battle, they not only lose, they get crushed in these games. 3 games they've lost the turnover battle this year. Against the spread, losses by 31 points, 29 points, and 19 points. They really have to play the perfect game to beat Notre Dame on the road here. I think the Irish win. I'm just afraid to lay the 7 points because we just haven't seen a lot of offense out of Notre Dame this year. You know, they have played some really good defenses, though, when you take a look at it, especially the Wisconsins, Cincinnati's, and Virginia Tech the last 3 weeks. Getting that week off and now getting to play a team that doesn't have that defense. They've got a lot of talent. They just haven't shown that they've been able to put it together. So I agree. I like the Irish, but I don't want to lay this number. I'm hoping it gets down a little bit more as the week goes on. But it's a telling game for both these teams because they are coming out of the byes and they are coming off of games in which they really didn't look great. You know, the Irish beat Virginia Tech 32-29. But that was a game they had to fight tooth and nail to get that victory, and USC off of that Utah loss where they didn't play well at all. So we learned something from this game, but as from a betting standpoint, unless I can get it 5.5, I'm probably not going to be on the Irish here.
Okay, good stuff from both Brian Leonard and Kevin Dolan. Check them both out at WagerTalk.com. Guys, also remember $2 Tuesdays each and every Tuesday at WagerTalk. Top handicappers, top play, discounted to just $2. Check it out, WagerTalk.com.